Hey guys, or should I say alrighty. I was out here practicing some welding. The welder wasn't working as well lately. I was thinking it was me or trying to figure out what was going on. Turned out I needed to just change that out, and it was a night and day difference. So when I was out here practicing, I figured I would go over with just show you guys how I go about practicing my welding. I also started to do some stick welding. I'm still trying to get the hang of that. I sort of got it, but it can get a little tricky when you're trying to do round objects or something like that. So still working on that, just started, and that's the TIG machine that does that. It's a multi-process machine. And then of course the alpha-mig, which I have with 030 flux core in there. And so what I do, also at the end of this video I'll go over that steering rack. Somebody had asked me how much it was, so I figured I'd do a little video showing it, and then we could talk money if you want to buy it. So what I do is I take scrap pieces. Well, actually these technically aren't scrap pieces. This is from that jflf.org kit, and there's just, these are all a bunch of 1/4-inch pieces. They got 1/8-inch pieces, and I just take those and I put them on the ground. I haven't built I've got over there, that piece right there. That's a big piece of metal that I'm going to build for the top of my welding table, but I haven't got that done yet. I haven't started that yet. So I'm working on the floor. But what I do is take these pieces, make a T-joint, make a lap joint, make a fillet weld joint, whatever you want to do, and just start stacking a bunch of freaking beads on there, a pad of beads, as people would say. You'll get some ugly welds, you'll get some decent welds. At the end it'll look like one big blob of metal. You can see, through my months and months of practice, you got some really nasty crap on there. A lot of wormholes and all that. That stuff you figure out on scrap, so that when you go to the real thing, you do alright. And so that piece is pretty old. Then you start to put together things like this, especially when you're learning a new process. You'll start to do things. I got splatter all over this, but that's the part of flux core that sucks. But I was learning how to weld a bolt to a piece right there, and just random stuff. And it'll get ugly. It'll get really, really, really ugly. But that's the sole purpose of it. And then you'll work yourself up to it when you get to things. You don't have to practice when you go straight to the on your project. You don't have to practice before you get to it, because you start to get a hang of it and get pretty good looking and really strong welds like this one. I just did this one today after changing the tip out. Guess I'll snap a couple pictures and put that in here now. And yeah, stuff like that starts to work out pretty well. And so that's how I do that. I've got piles of stuff that just, random crap that I just tacked together, pieced together, mimicked stuff that was on the car. You take some pieces of tubing and put them on each other and see if you can get a solid weld there, or whatever. Try to imitate what you're about to do on your project, so you can screw it up on here before you go into it, and then you start to improve. So there's that worthless part of the video, and then I guess I'll go over the steering rack for the person that's interested. Obviously it's brand new, it hasn't been used at all. Let me pull this over here. Excuse me. So it's a front wheel drive rack, or a front wheel steering rack. It's not an all wheel steering rack. So it doesn't have the extra ports that go to the back of the car. So if you got a VR4 and you still have all wheel steering, this won't work. This side right here I had cut off. It was pretty much a mirror image of this. I cut that off for clearance on my car. So that's going to be slightly different. It won't affect anything as far as mounting it to yours, but figured I would go over that. You know, it's got a couple little chips in the paint and all that crap nobody cares about. I think that's it for there. And I got 4 of these brand new that I'll go ahead and throw in. And I think the rack itself was $140 shipped when I bought it, and I think I spent $40 on the tie rod ends. So now you know what it's all about. If you're still interested, go ahead and reply to me with what kind of offer you want to throw me. And yeah, remember, I gotta box this beast up too, though. Alright, that is all. I guess a little quick update on here. I did, my dad and I have kind of been working on this thing together, and his main focus from the beginning was going to be, once it got to the interior part, he was going to start doing the interior. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the engine in here while I'm building the steering arms. He's going to start piecing together the transmission tunnel. So he's going to build the sheet metal that goes over there. And I'll weld it into place and stuff, but he'll cut it and bend it and get it all in there. And he wants to get the interior ready as soon as he can. So that's going to be his baby, is that part. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. Next video will be steering arms and transmission tunnel for sure. So that's all. There's my worthless video of the day. Thanks for sticking with me. Peace out.